Hey guys, welcome to History Behind the Warrior, and today we're going to be talking about Terry Bogard. Although Terry is known mostly for his appearance in King of Fighters, he had actually made his debut in the Fatal Fury series. Now during his childhood, Terry and his brother Andy were orphans. The two grew up on the streets where they learned how to fight. The two were eventually adopted by a man by the name of Jeff Bogard. He began tutoring the two in martial arts, but one day Jeff was murdered by a man called Geese Howard. After Jeff's death, the two brothers made a pact that the two would spend an entire decade fine-tuning their martial arts, so they could find this Geese Howard once more and defeat him. Now Terry stayed in his home of Southtown whilst Andy travelled to Japan. Terry began wandering his home country, mixing his martial arts style he learned from his father along with street fighting. He was also taught by his father's mentor, Tung. Now a decade would pass and the two would finally reunite. This would also be the time that Geese Howard, the crime lord, would organise the first ever King of Fighters tournament. Terry alongside his brother Andy and a Muay Thai kickboxer by the name of Joe Higashi would enter the tournament. Eventually Terry made it to the finals where he vanquished Geese. Now after Terry defeated Geese, he thought his fighting days were over. That was until a man by the name of Wolfgang Krauser created the second King of Fighters tournament. Now the reason why Krauser did this is because he's actually the half brother of Geese, so naturally he wanted to seek vengeance against the man that killed him, Terry. Now during the tournament, Terry defeated everyone and went head to head with Krauser. Despite Krauser's best efforts, Terry was more than able to overwhelm him. Now sometime after these events, we learned that Geese is actually alive, and that he's after an item called the Jin Scrolls. But once Terry caught word of this, he would find and defeat Geese once more. After Geese fled, Terry would fight against a man called Yamazaki and then the Jin brothers afterwards. Although Terry was the champion, Geese managed to escape with the scrolls. Now Terry and Geese would clash for the last time on Geese's tower. Geese almost fell to his death till Terry grabbed his hand. Now Terry tried to save Geese's life, but Geese refused to allow this and let go, plummeting to his death. Now after the conflict, Terry would encounter a boy called Rock Howard, and this boy was in fact Geese's son. As an apology to the boy not being able to save his father, Terry would take him in and adopt him. The two would travel around the world, with Terry teaching Rock martial arts. Now there is a story arc with Terry and Rock Howard much later after this, but it has in fact been retconned in the SNK universe. Fragments after Fatal Fury 1 and 2 are pretty much that, as there is some argument online regarding Geese's return. So the King of Fighters series uses most of the history from Fatal Fury 1 and 2. After defeating Krauser, he would receive an invitation to enter a new team fighting tournament called the King of Fighters 94. Now Terry has appeared in pretty much every installment in the King of Fighters series, and is the team captain of Team Fatal Fury. Now one time during his participation in the King of Fighters tournament, he is nearly killed. This happens during the King of Fighters 99. Where he's apparently crushed by a nest base. But Terry does seem to survive, as he does appear in later installments. One of Terry's most notable team-ups is in King of Fighters 13, where he reunites with his brother and Joe once more. Now at some time during the Fatal Fury series, he does develop a relationship with a woman called Blue Mary. Now before the King of Fighters 13 tournament takes place, he's supposed to meet up with his brother and Joe, but falls asleep at the station, which leads to Mary having to drive him to the meetup. When he arrives about 30 minutes late, Andy is still pretty happy to see him. Joe on the other hand, not so much. Joe is irritated at Terry being late, but Terry says that a sparring match will help relieve their stress, and the rest is left unknown. And that's really it for Terry Bogard. I have to admit, I actually enjoyed talking about something quite different this week, but I will have to say that the Fatal Fury series seems to have a lot more material than the King of Fighters stuff, as many characters from the King of Fighters actually originate from the Fatal Fury series. Now I'll be honest, I struggled trying to find a lot of information for this character, so for those King of Fighter experts, please email me more details about the series, as I want to learn and give you guys the material you need to understand more about this character, as by feeding me information I'll be able to give you more information back. So if you check my details on my YouTube account, it should have my email there where you can message me. So now as always guys, please comment, like, subscribe and share this video with everyone you know. Take care, and I will see you guys next time.